All right, guys, we're back ready to install a router bit. I'm just going to go with this little small round over, and I'll put it on a piece that I've been working on. So you've got two different things that you can use, or two different sizes. You have a 1/4 inch and you have a 1/2 inch. Generally, your heavier duty things that you're going to be doing, like dovetails, any heavy duty cutting or anything else, or if say you're just flattening something large, you're going to probably be using a 1/2 inch bit. Now this is the collar out, so the 1/2 inch just fits in there, and it should slide in and out easily once it's loosened. But we're not using this. We're going to use a 1/4 inch. So for this rigid router, it has an adapter. A lot of them will have collars like my old one here, and it is a removable collar. So you take this whole nut and collar it off and replace it with one that has the 1/4 inch. With the rigid, it is just an adapter that slides right into it. So it'll slide in there, and then the bit goes in, and it goes onto this router. There we go. And get it down to a point where right before it starts tightening up. Now, with this particular one, what you want to do is you want to find your spot where your spindle will depress in. We're going to take the wrench that came with it for tightening. We're going to depress that button right there. So I'm going to depress this button, which is going to hold the spindle, and then I'm going to tighten this collar. Way I was always taught, righty tighty, lefty loosey. So to the right, you're going to be tightening it on most things, and to the left, you're going to be loosening. So that one has always kind of stuck with me, that particular phrase. So maybe it'll help you. Come on. You can't really move it very much, and you don't want to tighten it down. You don't want to put a lot of muscle behind it, because what you want to do is just make sure that that bit doesn't come out, because that would be terrible. But you want to make sure that it's tight, but then when you're ready to take it out, it's easy to take out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and adjust this down to where I think I want it right here. And before I put it to my piece, I'm going to move some of this stuff out of the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, one of the signs that I made is Florida sign. This is going to end up being University of Miami. And I'll put the University of Miami IBIS on here, and then put lights on it and all that good stuff, and sell it. Or it's already sold. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this to break this tool in, and I'm going to round these edges all the way around. Now what I'm not going to be able to do is get in these small parts. I'm going to have to actually sand those to get them smooth, because I like for these pieces to be kind of round, because then I'm going to burn this and kind of have a burn finish. So to give you an idea of how this is going to work, I'm going to adjust the base down to where more of this bit is sticking up. First, I'm going to loosen this part, this lockdown, and then I'm going to take this knob right here, which will tell me about how much I'm coming down every single time. I'm gonna speed the process up, so I'm gonna put a little bit of pressure on it. Doesn't look, I can come down here if I want to, but I don't want to come down that far. I want it to be locked in. So me being super right-handed, I'm gonna pick this up. I'll look at it down the line here, see right where I'm gonna get my curve. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to line this up. If you look at this bit, so it's got kind of a round over, and on that round over, you got a ledge. I don't want the ledge on my piece. So what I'm trying to do is line it up to where I have the curve, but I don't have the ledge. Leave that right there will do it. I'm gonna lock it back down, make sure it's gonna stay. And then bring my plug over here. So I work, I tend to have an extension cord that I work here in my workspace coming from the top. So it's not all over the floor, and me with my clumsiness and everything, and I'm not tripping over it. Because my wife is used to me working down here all the time, and if I trip and fall and can't get up, I'm probably going to be stuck down here for several hours, and that probably wouldn't be good with all my back and hip issues. So I'm going to plug it in. I'm going to test it out just to make sure everything's working, and it doesn't sound like it's going to blow up on me. So what you hear there is I'm cutting the speed down. That's the slowest speed I've got. Got little notches that go up. That's the height. So I'm going to go right there with this. Down one more. Alright. Let me move you to the corner. Hopefully that's knocked off. I'll show you how this is going to work on the corner here. So one of the good things about this one is it's got a light on it. So I can see, and you could probably see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come around this edge. I'm going to come around this and just kind of lightly go into it. I'm going to give one pass, right in here probably, and see if make sure it's the depth that I want. Then I'll get and do the whole thing. I'm not really worried about this touching this because I put spacers underneath to make sure that I'm not digging into my tabletop. So. I like that. Looks pretty good. So I'm just going to start. So you'll see that I made it all the way around it, and like Okeechobee there. So what I was able to do is just kind of round all these off. Of course, I'm gonna have to go back and sand these in, probably with my Dremel tool or something like that. Sometimes I'll rough it in with just the belt sander, but I'll probably try to sand these down. One thing that I did have to really watch right here is this actual nub here at the bottom of the state of Florida. Is when I've done these in the past, I've broken them. So I have to be kind of careful, and the router didn't really like it too much. So what I've done is I made sure that I was careful. If I break it off, generally I'll just kind of take that nub off of it and not worry about it. But so far it looks pretty good. And there's the lesson on unboxing the router and actually using it. So hopefully you guys paid attention, got something out of it, and next lesson will probably be some type of a saw would be the next tool lesson for you.